Hello, friends. It's your favorite educator, Dr. Marcia of EduGuidance. EduGuidance is a new subsidiary of Credle Inspired Enterprises, and we are excited to be here with you. Just a little bit of background. EduGuidance is designed to assist teachers and parents as they navigate this thing we call education, more specifically, American education. We want to be sure that you have the tools that you need to be successful as a parent or as an educator, and in some cases, both. So make sure you follow us, you subscribe, so that you can get the latest updates that we have for you as we go through this journey together. So, as you know, I've talked to you before about sometimes the angels that you send from home do not arrive at school. I know it's hard to believe, but yes, sometimes those little angels who never do anything wrong at home, they get to school and make some poor decisions, and that leads to, of course, consequences. But I am excited to tell you there are some strategies that we can put in place to help reduce the number of times that occurs. So first and foremost, we've talked about you establishing a relationship, you as parents establishing a relationship with your child's teachers, and teachers, you establishing a relationship with your students' parents. It just makes everything go so much smoother in the long run. Please take my word for this one. You want to establish a positive relationship early, okay? That's first and foremost. So here's something you can do. If your child makes a decision that is not the best decision, not one that you would expect or want them to do, don't just brush it off. I'm going to say it like, don't just brush it off. Let your child know that the decision that they made was not the best one, and then talk about options for how to make better decisions moving forward, and then what they can do if they have to do something at school. Let them know how they can handle that. Avoidance just won't work. Avoiding it just won't work. So go ahead and give your child the strategies. Give your students the strategies. As a teacher, if a child makes a mistake, you can have a little checklist and say, if this happened, then. If then. Those are perfect ways. If you forget to turn in an assignment on time, then tell them what they should do. Don't let them think, well, I just won't turn in anything else because this one thing has ruined everything. Another situation, if I'm talking when the teacher tells me not to, then. And guess what, parents? You can do the same thing at home. You can have checklists. I love checklists. Anybody that knows me knows that I love a good checklist. You can have checklists. You can have Post-it notes. All of these things are easy things that you can do to help your child adjust. And then the other thing is to remind your student, parents and teachers, that they can talk to you. We have to give them that opportunity so that they know how to talk to someone when something happens. We don't want them to have to deal with it on the fly, or in other words, we don't want them to build the airplane once they get in the air. We want them to know some of the things that they can and should do when they run into a problem. So parents, remember, the angels don't always make it. But they're still angels. They're still your little angels, but they don't always make it to school. So give the teacher the opportunity to voice what he or she has witnessed. And then as adults, you can talk about it. I used to always tell my students, I'm here to deal with the adult situations that you run into. That was my big thing. I'm going to advocate. I always advocate for my students, but you have to teach them that. Teach them that you are there to advocate for them when it comes to dealing with certain situations, but also you have to teach them skills to advocate for themselves. And that comes with practice. You can get other teachers to let them practice on, hey, we can get Miss Smith down the hall and let's practice with her so that we can see how we can deal with these things. Okay. So remember, I am Dr. Marcia of EduGuidance, a subsidiary of Credle Inspired Enterprises, and we are here to help you. That's our job. All right, take care.